everybody. Happy Friday. Sorry, trying to get everything adjusted. You can see me. How is everybody this morning? I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your Friday. I just wanted to come on here real quick with you guys because I have some stuff for this weekend. First, I just want to let everybody know that here probably I'm looking at like the beginning of next week, and I'll tell you exactly what I have. My free real estate buyers course that is just about done, and it's pretty thing is going. So I just want to get everybody in that I wanted to talk to you about is you can win things. All you have to do is watch my videos. Who knew, right? All you have to do is watch my videos, and not even all of them. You know, to get entered, all you have to do is like and then comment on the video, and that'll be a one-on-one. We can talk about the buyer's guide. If you have questions, it'll be a one-on-one with me. We can talk about selling. We can talk about investing. We can talk about anything as far as real estate and all that goes. Sorry, guys. I did casual Friday today. I was cold. I know it's not that cold out today, but I was cold. So I did casual Friday. So anyway, but you can go ahead and take a look at that buyer's guide. You just need to go to my website. It's RhondaNiehaus.com. The name is right there, okay? So it's Rhonda.com. You can go over there and sign up for it, and you'll have it forever and ever. Amen, okay? And change. It's something that's going to be changing. It's not going to be something that's just going to be out there forever and ever. As the market changes, I will go in and as things change and update things so everybody knows that, you know, can kind of understand the changes and that kind of thing. So it can be something that you can reference, you know, even if you buy a house now, different one, and you just kind of want to review the process, you'll have that, okay? All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of today. I like this lesson today. I shouldn't say lesson, but you know what I'm saying? I like talking about this, okay? So the title today is, when is it a good to buy? I'm going to call out the elephant in the room because most people right now as a, okay, a lot of people think that they should look at homes first and then worry about everything else later. In this market, in most areas, that's not true, okay? You can get online and you can browse till you're blue in the face. If you want to get an idea of what's out there and what you're going to have to spend, not a problem. Get on, look, you can go, there's realtor.com. There is several places. I have no skin in that game. It's helpmerondarealtor.com. You can go check it out for what's in the area here. So, and again, that's Help Me Rhonda Realtor. You can put that in the description, in the link in the description as well. But you can get on, look and see what's out there in the market. You know, you can do that, and then that's fine. You can do that anytime, okay? Unfortunately, in this market, things are going on the market and off the market so quickly. Actually, if you're going to be serious about looking to buy and not just browsing, you need to make sure that you have your your financing solidified, okay? And you'll know at least what your price range is to talk. You know, to go in thinking that you can afford a $200,000 home because the estimate in Zillow said you could. You know, you might want to really make sure with a bank that that's what you can afford because they have stuff. I'm not saying Zillow is wrong. I am just saying that you know, if that's what you're going by, make sure you have your that, because you don't want to be looking for something way out of your price range and be ready to put an offer on it and find out that you can't afford it. That just makes people feel icky. Okay. So what your price range is. Okay. And then, number 2 is really you can look anytime. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy with my house, but I still looked. It made it so much easier with things being online because I don't have to go physically look. I can just look at it online and be like, oh, about places around here we've looked at. We've looked at places in Texas. I've looked at places in Colorado. I mean, I do it most how we comparable to other places, but I also do it for my own just because I'm kind of snoopy. I like to look at acreages and houses and ones that I know I can't afford, like the $1.5 million. Like I can't do $1.5 million. Maybe someday, but right now I can't do $1.5 million. So I look at those and I'm like, ooh, look at this, But it's just more anytime. If you are going to physically start looking, that is when you need to have your financing solidified. Now, financing, okay? Getting a pre-approval letter and a pre-qualification letter are 2 different things, okay? So a pre-approval letter means that you've had to go through a little bit more of a information, like you've had to give them pay stubs and maybe some bank statements or tax returns or, and that kind of stuff. You've talked to your bank on a few things, and they're saying that you could be pre-approved up to blank, okay? A pre-qualification letter, you're approved, but then it says, but we'll need to provide XYZ elemental P kind of thing. It'll just give you a list of things that you have to provide them. Some of them will say you are pre-qualified. So stay away from the pre-qualified letters. Try and get yourself a pre-approval letter, bankers and loan officers in a generic fashion that you are just pre-approved. And then when it comes time to put in an offer, you can either use that one if it's a weekend, a different one for the actual property. But just FYI on that, that was a little tangent I went off here, but I just wanted to make sure that you are aware of that, okay? Again, make sure you know your price range. It's always okay to look for something lower. You don't have to spend, if they pre-approve you up to $250,000, you don't have to spend $250,000. You can spend something that you like, okay? But I will give you a little tip, okay? And I find that I am working with a client, especially right at the go. I like to get an idea of what they are really seeking. Time, where you want to go look at a house doesn't really do it. I've done it that way, but it takes longer to really, for me to really see, because all house layouts are different. You go in and you're like, oh, well, I like this, but I don't like this, so then you just you get a feel for what people like. So you can go through and compare. If you decide to start looking, it's good to have, at least 3 or more homes to take a look at, and just 3 of them in one day and just be like, hey, it's not a waste of your time then, because if you're going to block off a lot of some time to go and look at 3 houses, or okay, so we can kind of get to know, and you can get to know us, and that kind of thing. All right, but you get to compare the home. So in that last house we saw, I really liked that kitchen and that living room, but the bedrooms were too small. But in this house, the size of the bedrooms are great. So if I could only put the 2 of these together, and helpful. It's helpful to be able to see, okay, so they like an open concept. They really like the open concept, and they want bigger bedrooms. okay, I really like that house, but it didn't have a finished basement, and we really want a finished basement. So those are the things that you figure out. And plus, I, as a realtor, will always, but they can live without. They'll say, oh, I really like that, but, I don't need it. So you just know, okay, they really like that. So if the house has it, that's just an extra selling point, not a deal breaker, right? So that's kind of why I look at more homes at one time than it is to just, go and look at one. You kind of forget if you're not interested in the home, you kind of forget unless it was really impressionable. Like there was one house that I went and showed, and we had really cool woodwork and everything. But you walked in the front door, and right off to the room of the front door, they had a fireplace and a hot tub. It was an older home at one time that was probably a formal sitting room. Not sure, but I don't know what they were doing in that house, but it made for a good laugh with the odd houses that we see. And it had a really weird mystery staircase that none of us were brave enough to go down and see what it was to. So, because it was really dark down there and we couldn't tell if the stairs ended. So just FYI. So, I mean, you kind of get into some of those homes where you have a little laugh, and it's good to, see those things too. And you can I will always and forever remember those clients just because of the houses that we went and saw. So anyway, I hope this kind of brings some light to kind of when to start. You can really look online anytime. Seriously. You can look online. A lot of them have cool 3D tours, or they'll have some nice, oh, I like that, but I don't like that. Oh, I like that, but I don't like that. So it just kind of gives you an idea before you really start looking, okay? Plus, it gives you an idea out there until you hear back from your banker. So you can kind of start that process at that point. I have had people reach out to me and be like, hey, I want to go see this with them just because they want to look. And then we have these conversations. But if you kind of know this going into it, it just makes things a lot easier. So anyway, I hope you love this video. If you did, please do me a subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and then hit the bell. That way you're notified every time I'm on, and you can get more tips and tricks like this just for everybody. I'll also announce them here when the course is live on my website, so you guys can go check out that course at any time. But if you want you're watching me somewhere else, pop over to YouTube. The link to my YouTube channel is in the description. Click subscribe and the bell, and then you're always. And then also, if you do like this content and you just want some more information, we talk about this and some other things over in my free Facebook. If you don't want to take the courses and you're just interested in what people have to say, come on over. We'd like to hear your experiences. We talk about these things, all of that. Facebook group, the link to that description is also, or the link to that group is also in the description. I can't talk today. It's Friday. Good thing. So go ahead and just join the discussion over there. I do daily check-ins over there with you guys. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all on Monday.